When do you make that decision?
I'm just taking this one game at a time. I'm trying to accomplish this goal. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to the team, so I'm not worried about none of that later on.
Holani will get the handoff up the middle. Holani dodging tacklers, running over tacklers. He'll get down to the 1 yard line, and it's going to be first and goal. George Holani with a powerful run.
Our offense is going to be way better when George is in there. And, when I first started hanging around here, I thought George was going to be a good third down back in the NFL because he can block. He's good in the pass game. He's good in the screen game.
Green in front of Holani. He'll hand it to Holani to the left side. Well blocked. 45-40, 35-30. Still with the football. Still running. He'll get to the 20. We'll call it a gain of 28 for George Holani.
George is a good runner. He has some good power runs. Can definitely make guys miss.
Green under center. They're in an eye. And it's going to be Holani into the end zone for the score. And oh boy, is it great to see George back in the Bronco lineup. Pistol, Green in front of Holani, and he'll hand the ball straight up the middle. Missed tackles by Nevada.
First of all, if you saw the film clip of that from the end zone.
Holani gets to the right side to the 40.
He made people miss. He carried people.
Cuts back towards the middle to the 10, to the 5. He's into the end zone.
It was insane, watching it. I knew we had blocked it pretty good, and he escapes out there, and I'm running down the field after him. And then I just see everyone trying to tackle him. And I was like, it's just George Holani.
What a run for George Holani, 49 yards.
His lower body power is real impressive. And yeah, that was a highlight run for sure.
Time and time again this past fall, Boise State running back George Holani proved that he was one of the best running backs in the Mountain West Conference. For the second time in his career, he went over the 1,000-yard mark and earned second-team All-Mountain West honors.
Yeah, and today, we're going to be seeing a lot more of that based on his announcement.
Check this out. In a very simple way, George Holani revealed that he's coming back to Boise State for one more year. New year, same team, hashtag not done yet. Brady, in an era where athletes have to have fancy graphics or video releases, George's post was very simple. He didn't even include a picture, but man, does it fit his personality so well. He was a highlight reel just waiting to happen this season. 1,157 yards on the ground. He totaled up 13 touchdowns. By returning to Boise State, he certainly has a chance to statistically become the best running back in school history. With a 1,600-yard season in 2023, he would threaten Cedric Minter's career record at Boise State of 4,475 yards. And with a 1,300 season, he would also threaten Ian Johnson's FBS record when it comes to rushing yards for a career at Boise State. And not only will George be one of the best running backs in the Mountain West, he will lead one of the best running back rooms maybe in the country, Brady.
Yeah, with Holani's return, the Broncos are looking absolutely stacked in 2023. Not only do they get George back, they also return All-Mountain West honorable mention Ashton Jeanty. He accounted for over 800 yards in his true freshman campaign. They also got a new face, Breezy Dubar, one of the top running back recruits out of the state of Texas. And you can't forget about the development we've seen from guys deeper down the depth chart. Elion Noah, Tyler Crow, Caden Dudley, all guys like that are guys that running backs coach Keith Bonifa is extremely excited to have in the stable next season.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, to say that, I'm going to get in here, I'm going to have a back that rushes for 1,100, 1,200 yards, and I'm going to have a freshman that rushes for 800. We're going to get one of the top backs out of Texas to Boise State. I mean, I'd be lying, and I think it's a testament to what this program is all about. I really am excited about my room and just the way they've grown together and just watching them grow over the course of the season.
So we've been talking about this for a little while now. I think everybody was worried that George would leave, and good for him if he did. But we've also been hinting that we thought there might be a chance he would come back. He does return for another season, and as you just heard right there, I can't imagine that Keith Bonifa could be any more excited. It's crazy to see how far the running back room has come in just about a year or so, Brady. It's been 1 year since Keith Bonifa returned to his alma mater to coach this position, and it lacked depth, it lacked punch, I would say, at this time a year ago, and now it just seems like they have an abundance of all that from the top to the bottom of their depth chart in that room.
Absolutely, and you look at Keith Bonifa's extensive resume of guys that he has coached under who have made it to the NFL and had successful college careers. That's one reason you're drawing recruits. but it's also, you look at the results. Guys like George Holani winning Mountain West Freshman of the Year to start his BSU campaign. Take a look at what Ashton Jeanty was able to do this season as a true freshman. If I'm a recruiter, there's a proven track record that Boise State is going to develop you into the player that is your full potential.
You know, and there was a clear turning point in the season for George Holani. There was a clear turning point in the season for the offense, really going into that 5th game after they made the move, naming Dirk Cutter the interim offensive coordinator. George really exploded in terms of efficiency. His yards per carry jumped almost 60%. If you just take that 10-game window and project it out over a full season, he would have been near 1,400 rushing yards for the entire campaign. You have to imagine that he can come back and do that again next year. Oh, boy. Again, I'm really excited about what George Holani is going to bring to the table as a member of the Boise State football team in 2023. It's going to be awfully exciting times, I'm going to say, Brady.
Absolutely. And his leadership is very important, too, for a young offense. I mean, he was the rock as Taylon Green took over and the offense was in transition.
Yep.
One of his best stretches of the entire season was San Diego State, Fresno State. The teams that kind of looks like the gauntlet at the beginning of the season.
So you mentioned Ashton Jeanty, 821 yards rushing. We already mentioned George Holani, over 1,100 yards rushing. They were one of 7 duos in the entire country with over 800 yards rushing. And, oh, by the way, throw in Taylon Green, who had 586 yards rushing this last season. Oh, boy, I bet you opposing defensive coordinators in the Mountain West are not looking forward to defending the Broncos in 2023.
The 3-headed monster, as J.L. Skinner called it.
It is going to be a fun season. We only have a few months, I guess, before it kicks off, but it's going to be a fun one, everybody.